Welcome to this edition of Weaving Energy. My name is Aaron Thomas. My traditional name is Hal Heaton, your host for this great podcast for tribal elected leaders in Edison service area. We are so thankful that you click on this video, that you've been listening, that you've been sharing feedback with us ultimately, and we definitely thank you for that again. We're going to talk a lot about the Tribal Leaders Energy Summit. Been talking about it on this podcast and emails I've been sending you. Did take a week off, so I feel really good to get back and really have that second jolt of energy to get back in here and really finish out the planning of the summit. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. I wanted to see and make sure that you guys, the tribal elected leaders, have what Edison has been pushing out, which is this really cool um, energized website. And I'll put the link in the email. But if you don't have this, I really encourage you to bookmark this. It's a really great way of being able to get new stories about what's happening around Edison, but basic things that you can actually share this with your tribal members all around the service area. And this one, that they've got a really cool article on how to do low-cost adjustments for your pool. Now, not every tribal member has pools. Some of us are lucky enough to have one, but again, it's these kind of tips that will help you and make sure that we're doing whatever we can to educate tribal residents, especially with like low-cost pool tips, adjusting your variable frequency drive pump, change your filtration schedule, make sure your pipes are properly sized and shaped, and all kinds of really cool things. But like even some future things to be wary of starting in September of next year. A new California rule will take pool efficiency one step further. All residential pumps and heaters sold in the state will need smart devices that automate filtering and heating, ensure the equipment use energy is more efficiently. So again, these are really good information that is put together in various formats. You've got stories, we've got videos, you've got ways that you can connect in our social media, and you can subscribe to this really cool website. So again, I just hope that as we continue on here, that we again are doing the best we can to educate the tribal leaders in our service area, and to make sure that we're doing everything we can to give you the information that is needed. But again, I'll put that link into the Energized story in your email that I'm sending you with this video link. The other things, again, as we continue to move forward, it is August. And of course, we're kind of like right in the middle of summer. So just again, be wary of time of use and the 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Time period. If you want to sign up for this, this is a great way, again, to lower your energy bill by not using energy between 4 and 9. I know, I get it. I hear it. Some of my cousins on the res are saying, man, this sucks because I like to cook. I like to watch TV and have dinner with my family between 4 and 9 p.m. And that's 7 days a week. It's not just on weekdays, but believe me, your energy bill will be lowered tremendously if you do whatever you can to cool your house off before 4 p.m. and make sure that you use fans wherever you can. I have a ceiling fan above me. Sometimes I put a floor fan at the bottom by my feet. And again, fans are only good at wherever humans are. So don't just put it in a room and think that it's going to help cool the room off, but it'll definitely keep you cool and will circulate some of that cold air that you cooled off throughout the day before 4 p.m. and it'll get you through till 9. And then, of course, when it hits 9 p.m. at my house, the pool pump goes back on. I charge my car, my electric vehicle. I turn the AC down to my normal desired temperature. So if you haven't signed up for the time of use, you can do that on your bill. Whenever we send you the email, you'll see a link for that. I've also included that in the email too. So make sure you can distribute that out to your members. Finally, the CARE and FARA, CARE and FARA are for low-income families all across the state. Again, this is another way for folks that either have health issues or they're low income or both, to be able to sign up for these really great low income subsidized energy. And this will help again with tribal members who may need it. Again, we do the best we can throughout the year to try to educate tribal residents, but sometimes we don't get access to them because you're having your own tribal event and it's only for tribal members and tribal programs. Again, invite us in. We'd love to be able to come and bring a table, bring our laptops, be able to talk to residents if they want to bring their bill in. We'll be able to again, check off on doing things on our end in front of them, especially with elders. I know that a lot of elders or folks that are bedbound, we want to be able to do whatever we can to help. So, and this is another reason why we ask tribes about, AFN, making sure that any tribal members that might have, sight impairment, hearing impairment, they're bound by a wheelchair, they're other things that makes access and functioning needs or AFN. If they're categories in that, we need to know who they are. And that's another reason why getting in front of residents and asking them that question will only help us because, God forbid, in an all hazard, whether that's an earthquake or a flood or something that takes out power, we want to be able to go into your community and be able to knock on doors of those tribal members that we know are part of that access and functioning needs category that they told us, so that we can make sure that they have short-term generation, that the little battery packs we can give them, whatever we can to help them to make sure that we're doing the best we can as the utility to come into your community, especially when there's an all hazard. So speaking of all hazard, so again, all these links will be in the email that are in the email. Just go to them. All hazard is going to be the main focus we'll be talking about at the 2024 Tribal Leaders Energy Summit happening at the end of the month, August 27th and 28th. I can't believe it's already here already. Being able to be the visionary of this summit myself, I'm very thankful and blessed that we have SDG&E, PG&E, CalSTART, Walking Shield as our nonprofit partner. We've got GreenFlow and Blue Owl as our sponsors. We've got, I'm missing 2 or 3 other sponsors, and please forgive me, but it takes a real village to make this work. And really, it takes the tribal leaders to come out and participate. I think the last check that I had, last year we had 45 tribes participate at the Paula event last year. This year, we're hoping to get 50 or more. I'd love to see all 109, to be quite open with you, and non-federally recognized communities come out as well. That's the vision and the goal for this, because energy is so important, you guys. Energy is so important. Without it, I was just up in Lummi or in Washington State and having my week off. It was 88 degrees and there was like no air conditioning anywhere, and it felt like I had no power. It was like, there's just no air conditioning unit in some of the Airbnb that I was at. So, yeah, that's just a minute story or example of why energy is so important. But again, especially when there's an all hazard, a huge earthquake happens, a huge flood happens in your reservation and takes out electricity poles, utility poles. What are you going to do? What are our tribal elected leaders' job? What is your role other than to pick up the phone and call a staff member, which it's a great thing that you can do. But as a tribally elected leader, what are some of the things you can do, which really comes down to planning, right? It's pre-planning. And we're going to talk a lot about that during the summit. At the very beginning of day 2 on August 28th is going to be about all hazards. And we're going to try to get you involved. We're going to try to make it so it's not just this, song and dance or this PowerPoint deck that's up there and there's 10 slides that we're going to go through. No, we want this to be very interactive. We want you to feel comfortable when you walk out of the summit that you have some ideas about, oh man, we're not ready. We need this, we need that. And, make sure that we're ready. That's really what this summit's designed to do, is to not only share information for you, but for you, the tribal elected leaders, to share information with us utility company folks. So it's this dance that we're trying to continuously harmonize, if that's a word, to make sure that we are working together and trying to get your power back up as soon as possible, because we have elders, because we have children, because our communities deserve it. We want to be there to make sure that we are on the same page. So come to the summit. Do whatever you can. Don't send just your staff members. We need the tribal elected leaders there, and we've set the whole day up on Tuesday, August 27th for you. It's going to be a fun day. If you want to go golf, it's going to be free. You don't have to pay for it. We're going to have golf clubs there. You got to let us know, though. Well, again, once the ones that sign up for golf, we're going to ask you in a separate email, do you need golf clubs? Because we'll pay for those too. Well, our sponsors will, Blue Owl, Greenflow, and others will actually pay for those golf clubs for you. So you don't have to lug those things around. You can actually just show up and there'll be a golf cart for you and golf clubs, whether you're a lefty or a righty. Let us know, though, too, because sometimes those the Journey Resort does have good golf clubs, but sometimes they run out. So you got to let us know as soon as you get that email. And then we're going to go to Pechanga Western Electric. We're going to tour their utility, and then, of course, have the awesome reception high above at the very top of the Eagle's Nest there at the Pechanga Resort. Everything is free for you. The only thing you have to pay for, of course, is your travel, your hotel, any other food that we might not serve you. That'll be up to you. But please come to this, you guys. This is so important. Energy is so important. Again, we hope one day that the tribes have their own energy champion on council, have their own energy champion as a staff member, where that's an energy manager, somebody that, again, when utilities come calling, when one of us knocks on your door, that you'll have a better, stronger relationship with your utility company. That's really what all 3 and 4 utility companies with Pechanga Western Electric, that's what we're really trying to do, is to make sure that we're taking care of the communities that we serve. So you're not just a customer, you are definitely a sovereign nation. We hope that we don't treat you like just a customer. We hope that we're treating you like you're an energy sovereign, that you are. And if we haven't done that, and we're short on some things there, please let us know. That's what the summit's for, is to really get to know each other better. And we're trying to make this as much fun and interactive as we can, just so that we can continuously get tribal elected leaders to come to this event. Now, next year, we're hoping to move this up to Sacramento or somewhere in Northern California, so that we can have the Northern California tribes come in, a little bit easier for them to come to this summit, and we'll keep trying to move it around the state. So if you know anybody up there that wants to host 2025, let us know. We'll definitely get in touch with you at that time. That's all I have today, is the Energized website. Make sure that you're subscribed. Send that link out to your tribal residents that live in the service area, and as well as the Tribal Leaders Energy Summit for you, the elected leaders, to come and join us, and we can have a great 2 days of food, fun, fellowship, lots of great information, things you can take back and use at your community. So we definitely thank you for that. On behalf of the summit planners and all of the different staff that's taking a lot of their time to get this going, as well as the Pechanga Resort, we want to say Haichka, say thank you for your consideration and coming. Make sure that you use the link. I've got the Constant Contact link that's also there. And if you're having troubles with the Constant Contact link to register, please just send an email back to me and we'll register you ourselves to make sure that you're on the list. Again, all of this is free except for the hotel and other things that I said. But again, golf is free. Golf clubs are free. The tour is free. The resort reception is free on Tuesday night. We can't roll the carpet out for you even more if we could. The breakfast and the lunch is free on the next day. There's no registration cost. We want you to come. We want you to participate. Again, we thank you so much. God bless you wherever you're at, and take care.